So I would call this almost a more standard style of draft with the Cthulhu and the Engineer as a very strong dual lane possibility, and then the
Hmm.
Monarch for the possibility of picking up a very farm heavy hero to protect him in the mid game once they get the core items up on whichever carry they choose. But I'm expecting a ranged carry when I see the Monarch. They could also go for something really tanky, and then Monarch just kind of enhances the tankiness of whatever carry they pick up. I think the Monarch gives them very flexible options in the carry pick. So I like the Monarch pick.
Does Monarch Ultimate clear the trap of Emerald? I don't think so. It does not, right?
Um, it
It
removes
doesn't.
debuff, so it should remove the immobilize. I think they can walk out of it if you get cleansing wind. I think that's how it should work.
I'm not so sure if that's how it works though.
Uh,
And
well,
another
it
thing,
removes stuns. It also removes debuffs, and I think the immobilize counts
mm,
as a debuff. Well, we'll see if
maybe
what happens.
it's a like the immobilization is coming from the trap itself. So when she
Right.
ulties, it does not remove the trap. It's like if you
No,
nullify
it doesn't
yourself
remove the
while you're
trap on the
trapped by it.
ground, but
Exactly.
I think it works differently from a Deadwood route where you're locked in place and you can't move. I think a trap can only like trap you one time. I don't know. I think you can remove the immobilize, but
We'll
we'll
see.
see. Uh, the bands are already done, so we have Flux, Swiftblade, and Calamity from the Legion, Tundra, Puppet Master, and Oogie. Anything really?
Wait, question.
Yeah.
Is the ultimate of Defiler? Oh, they actually picked it. Is the ultimate of Defiler physical or magical? I never played that hero,
The
so I don't
spirits
know.
do physical damage.
Physical damage. Okay, this is bad. Because when I'm looking at the Legion side right now, Voids counter them pretty hardcore.
Yes,
Yes, they do have
I
magic
do
damage,
agree.
but the physical outcome that they have right now is much bigger than the magical outcome they have right now.
Yes, I
Voids will
agree.
counter them hard. This is not a good lineup so far. But you never know. Maybe they have an idea of like just pressuring hardcore before anyone is capable of doing anything. We'll see about it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They also pick up the hammer. So you're talking about the Defiler. They also pick up the Hammer Storm. So they have a pretty heavy duo core of Defiler with Hammer Storm. Safe to say their liner scales
Someone
very
will
well.
get the axe.
Um,
Hmm.
they are going to pick up a Pebbles and a Malakin on the side of Hellborn. So there's the really tanky carry, followed up with the Monarchs. It's going to be quite hard to kill the Malakin. Safe to say. But well, I guess we're starting the game. I wanted to ask
Actually,
if
this is
any.
weird to be honest.
Yeah.
This is very weird because the entire Legion side is physical. Hellborn is missing one thing: armor. Malikan is very bad with armor. Pebbles is very bad with armor unless he's level 11 or 16. Even then, he's not that great with armor. And
Hmm.
Cthulhu is very bad with armor unless he buys armor items. And then Monarch and Engineer are the same. So this is very awkward right now. It does not feel like either side are countering each other. Or is it just me? Maybe
Um.
I'm a fucking silver. I don't fucking
Well,
know.
early game, I do like your point of their very low armor, especially the Pebbles and the Malakin. However, I do think we'll see. I mean, Pebbles will get the slab skin later on in the game, so he'll have armor. It's just the early game. He'll have to be careful. Malakin, I think it's safe to say he will look for a Whispering Helm at some point this game to give him some extra armor. But he is not the tankiest carry when it comes to armor, so that I do agree with you. He is very susceptible to falling in the early game to this physical heavy damage. But I think the Cthulhu Fawn, safe to say he will pick up Plated Grooves this game, as they're very, very enticing for him with all this heavy physical damage. Um, but what do you think about the lane setup so far? So we're seeing an Emerald Warden second support with the Andromeda and Hammerstorm in a tri-lane, going up against a
Deadly.
Monarch and a Malakin. Uh,
Not so deadly.
so will the Hellborn side look to rotate their engineer away from bottom lane to fight this, or should they be looking to possibly do some kind of a lane swap, maybe send the Malakin to the long lane to go up against the Grinex, or what do you think that they should do?
The question is, you played Monarch. You know the
Yes.
cocoon. Does it protect you from the outcome damage that Emerald Warden, Hammerstorm, and Andromeda can put on a Malikan with the cocoon?
Um,
Will it kill him or not?
well, the thing is, early game, it's not the strongest. It only mitigates 25, 35 at the first two levels, percentage damage, which isn't the
25%,
greatest.
yep.
The burst of the 90 heal instantly is quite good, but then you have to remove the cocoon right away. because they will be taking quite heavy damage despite the mitigation.
Yeah,
It's
engineer
more at
is
the level
already
3 and the
kicking.
level 4 you start to feel the damage reduction. And they do port the engineer up here right away. So it looks like they are confident that they can combat this Hammerstorm tri-lane. I'm actually not quite sure which side has an edge in terms of like killing or whatnot. Obviously the lane position favors the Hellborn with it being in their short lane, but Emerald Warden in a tri-lane, this is not something we've seen a whole lot of, but he does have great control with the traps. So they're going to put a lot of damage here on the Hammerstorm right away. And will it be enough for a Bloodlust kill? Engineer does not have a keg for 5 more
Wow.
seconds. And I mean, that's some good harass load. We'll force the Hammer to
Did,
send out a health potion, and he cannot walk
did
up
you
to the
see
wave
what
right now.
happened? You saw what
No.
happened to Malikin with just 2 spells? Emerald Warden and Andromeda got him to half HP with just putting 1 spell on him without touching him.
Oh wow, so no auto
So,
attacks or
nothing,
or even
just
a
the
hammer
trap
throw.
and the Andromeda's like a Q without Hammerstorm throw anything.
Yeah, so safe to say with hammer and auto attacks they can for sure kill him.
And I'm honestly surprised why they did not man up there, but it is what it is.
hmm So Defiler against Pebbles, Defiler 11 and 1 against 7 and 0 Pebbles, already forcing a health pot before the bottle from Pebbles. So 0 here, he's gonna have his bottle sent out. He's doing quite good.
No Emerald, a lot of trouble.
Yep, so Emerald, he's getting caught out here. It looks like he will end up falling. Oh, nice usage of the apple there. He's gonna health pot,
Ooh.
and it will actually save his life. He has one more golden apple, but he's gonna probably need to get into fog and do a TP. He's gonna. I'm surprised he's actually going for the deny here. I think he was fine. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. He might go for the port out. He's gonna go for the deny. This should work. Minotaur does a lot of damage, but I was actually expecting him to just fog around the corner and go for a TP. I think he would have lived.
Did he lose any money? If he did not, then that's actually like a better thing to do. Because
Well,
now he's just gonna survive and TP top.
he
So
has 30 gold, so it looks like he didn't buy out. I think he lost money.
that's 30 is nothing. Yeah, he's TPing right now. I think he saved time actually.
Possibly.
Snark pick mid.
The deny was quite good. So
Oh,
yeah,
mid lane.
yep. So we saw that was a double damage rune, and that on top of the slow from the Siphon Soul. Looks like Pebbles got caught with his stun down. So yeah, I was talking about how Defiler was already winning that mid lane matchup, but the DD making it even harder. I didn't know Defiler had the leech thing. Well, now you know, Busy. Welcome to Han. If you didn't play so much Dota, you would know this stuff. I'm allowed to flame him because he's a buddy of mine. But that's what happens when you quit Han and play Dota. You become a Papega. So how's Grinix versus Elephant doing? It looks like Oh wow, Elephant has 9 denies here in the bottom lane. Are you like? Is this to be expected,
Oof.
or is this just
No.
one player
No.
doing very well against the other? I think this is very well played by the Cthulhu player, having the
I mean,
9 denies
Criminal Ace is a good player, but like
for sure.
Grinix against the Grinix, I am not so sure, man.
Yeah, I would like to see Grinix pick up an early Iron Shield. I'm actually kind of surprised that he hasn't picked one up yet, as he has plenty of gold for it if he wants one. But only sitting on 7 last hits, I feel like that's just well played to Cthulhu Font.
Like as a Grinix, he can bully him because of his W, and he gets 2 auto attacks without Cthulhu being able to see him if he uses it in the right way.
Yeah,
But
I
look at
agree with
Cthulhu,
you.
he's just spamming the W right now at the bot lane, and there we go.
Yeah.
He's using the W on the creeps rather than him. Look at one attack what does to him without the crit, so I'm not so sure about it.
I
Top lane
agree.
top.
Yeah, we're gonna have a very low Emerald Engineer, excuse me. So they couldn't get in range for another Comma Sun. Sword Throw is gonna connect here onto Andromeda, and he's gonna get caught here. Can he get out of the trees? Hammerstorm, he's getting returned on. Mine will do some damage. Auto attacks. The power supply will heal him up. Is it gonna be enough to get him to safety? One more auto attack from the Monarch will net them a kill. Grinix, meanwhile, falling in the bot lane to the Cthulhu Font. Missed that completely, but here comes another crippling pollen from Monarch, and no follow-up spells from Engineer or Malikan, both out of mana. It looks like Sword Throw might have missed. I'm not sure.
It did miss, it did miss.
So
And Snark messed up there. He could have killed the engineer, but I think he misclicked his trap.
oh, okay, so a missed trap as well. So they little bit of some spells missed on both sides, but it results in a kill on the Hammer Storm. So that's good for our Hellborn side. And not only that, but they get the kill on the Grynex in the bot lane. So despite the mid lane going in favor of Legion, the other two lanes are doing very well for Hellborn so far. Kegston will connect her onto Emerald Warden. Slow will come out from the sword throw, but Monarch gets stunned up by the Hammer Storm with the Malakin, so not in range for a Crippling Pollen. The 4-minute rune will
Man,
be... Actually, I missed who got the 4-minute rune, but Defiler will take...
it was the Cthulhu font. He took the
Oh,
regeneration ruin at the bot
oh
lane,
yeah,
or
he
the
has
bot
it in his
circle.
bottle. So
Mhm.
Defiler will be
He's just
forced to
gonna
take
bully
the
the
Merrick's
Grynex
rune
now.
bot lane. The Grynex taking some heavy pressure from the Obliterate. It will wear off. Both going to be quite low, but Cthulhu with the regen rune, he will look to heal himself up. Does need to be careful. The Shadow Stalk is coming up cooldown. Does pop the regen there. Looks like he's almost trying to bait Grynex to go on him, as he would certainly net himself a kill. He's gonna miss the trample there, unfortunately. Good sidestep coming out from Grynex. But Pebbles, he's started to bring back the last hits. He's 27 and 3 now against 34 and 7, but still heavily in favor of Defiler. She's 430 gold per minute here in the mid lane.
Top.
Yep. Looks like they're gonna go for a kill into Engineer. Hammerstorm now, he's in a very offensive position. He's going to use the movement speed skill, the Galvanize it's called, and no follow-up actually to follow that. He's gonna health potion himself up to safety.
Wow, the
6 minute,
control rune from
six,
Hellbon is
yeah,
amazing.
6 minute rune gets bottled by Cthulhu Fawn. Pebbles goes for the Merrick's rune, so they deny Defiler a bottle refill, and Lex Talionis picked up on the Defiler. What do you think about that? It's not often we see a Lex Talionis on the Defiler. DD Cthulhu Fawn takes out Grynex. I missed both those deaths, but I just am not expecting a Cthulhu Fawn to be able to kill a Grynex.
I
It's
know what
catching
you
me
mean.
off guard.
Off guard, yeah.
Like
Same.
I don't expect the Grynex to get killed from
I
Obliterate.
feel like Grynex is doing what his tri-lane should be doing, which is being more aggressive. And I don't think that this Grynex needs to be aggressive, because as soon as he buys a Lex, which I'm not so sure if he's going for it or not, but if he has a Lex, he can kill Cthulhu anytime he wants. And
Mhm.
now he's just in such a bad position. Like, I played Grynex a lot. You should just simply not be aggressive till you're in a point where you can kill your enemy, and as soon as you can kill him, you can just bully
Short
him.
throw in the
Top lane, by
top
the way,
lane,
no Humble
crippling
Storm.
pollen, a nice two-man hammer throw. It's gonna land a two-man trap. Kegstun will not push Engineer backward, and he will
That's
go
interesting.
down. So good comboing of the hammer throw into the trap there, landing onto several targets. So that is one of the strengths of the Legion tri-lane. If they're able to land their spells onto more than one target, they can deal some great damage between the trap and the hammer throw.
Yeah,
Defiler
I
ported up
noticed
here.
something there, by the way. Yeah, and no, actually, they don't know about her. They don't have any vision, so this might be a potential 3 deaths here, actually.
Silence will come out onto Emerald. They're trying to bait out something. Here comes the Siphon Soul onto Malakin. He will sword throw to safety. The trap will miss. Engineer will get button smashed down. He will go down. And Malakin will survive. So, I don't know. Could you argue that this rotation from the Defiler not that worth it for a Engineer? I mean, they might turn it into a tower push as he does use the
I mean,
unholy
I don't think so, because
expulsion.
Defiler was winning mid, and she only has a kill from that, and Pebbles is... Honestly, never mind, now it's worth it, because Pebbles is running top right now, and if he misses the kill on them, this is gonna be just fine. Yeah, he's TPing, yeah, they're not gonna go. So that means Pebbles could have had a chance to, like, turn here at the mid lane, because, Defiler was winning, and Pebbles was losing the mid lane. He
Mhm.
had the chance to actually be on his level, but unfortunately he came to the top lane, got nothing, and now he's just running back to the mid lane, and he gained nothing out of that gank. Meanwhile, the father got a kill. But this might change right here, actually, as
Yeah,
Pebbles is
so
smoked.
Cthulhuphon, he's going to try to bait out something. Trample Stun is going to connect. Stalagmites will hit into the toss, the obliterate. So much damage between the two strength heroes, and they bring down Defiler. But Cthulhuphon, he does pick up the plated graves as we had pointed out that he should do. They get the kill on the tower there.
So Monarch died at the top lane by Philip.
Oh yeah, Grynex rotates into the top lane, and
Dude, this Phoenix is a Chad. He just killed like engineer in front of 2 people.
Yeah,
But
they
he
weren't able
couldn't
to
kill
kill
the
him in
Cthulhu
return. Here
alone,
comes
and
a
now
travel
he's gonna
stun
die from
into
this.
the keg stun. He cannot avoid it with the shadow step. So Grinix goes down yet again. This is now his third death. He's
Chris,
only
I
sitting on the
think
200 GPM.
Chris, I think this Grinix is cursed by this Cthulhu font. I'm not quite sure about it, but you know, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, the Cthulhu font seems to be his kryptonite right now.
Seems like it.
So we see Hammerstorm rotate into the bottom lane. Looks like they're abandoning their tri lane in the top lane. Defiler, he pops the Unholy Expulsion here. Cthulhu gets stunned up by Andromeda, and so much
Greedy
damage comes
Cthulhu.
out. Cthulhu thinking he's a little bit tankier than he is, perhaps, as the minus armor from the Lex, I think, and the Aurora coming into play there. And you talked about the Lex from Grinix, but
Andromeda, by the way, Andromeda might be dead.
yeah, he's going to get caught up by a Crippling Pawn here. Will he be able to land the Stalagmites? No body blocks coming in from Monarch. Oh, now actually he stutter steps there. Not too sure. I think he could have maybe avoided that stun, but anyway, he gets caught out. He goes down. Um, you talked about you wanted to see. Well, action
Mid lane?
continues. We have a toss.
Yeah.
Stun comes out. Do they have the damage though to bring down Defiler? He's a little tanky here with the Ghost March,
looking
or
like
with the Siphon Soul. Has the Ghost Marchers up, so
Top,
they're
top, top, top.
Songkran comes for you.
Malikan, he's gonna get gone on here. He's gonna turn it around actually. Will he survive one more auto attack? Grinix
He's dead.
should be able to bring him down. Here comes
No,
the
never
cocoon
mind,
from
Bob.
Monarch. And Engineer, he's gonna get caught. But is it a bait? What will happen here? Will Grinix go for the kill?
Greedy.
Yeah, they had the rev word of him
Bot
the
lane,
whole time.
Criminal Ace is in a lot of trouble.
Philfon, he activates the Dream of Madness. Not gonna do a whole lot. He ends up going down. Kills,
Actually, if he survived
kills
that,
happening in all lanes.
yeah, that Dreams of Madness, if he survived, would have killed him. Because they would have just had a haste, like Hammerstorm would have had a haste to him, and he would have just ran to him and hit him and killed him. So I'm
Oh,
not so
right.
sure
It would have
about
sped
that
them
obviously,
up,
but
and
yeah.
he would have.
Exactly.
They would have been forced to hit him.
By the way, I've realized something this game that is very unfair for me as a Deadwood player. When Emerald Warden uses her E, her trap, and traps Engineer, Engineer kegged himself and he did not move an inch from her trap. But if Deadwood grasped him and he kegged, he moves inside the grasp and even gets himself out of the grasp and just walks away. So
Hmm.
I feel very unfair right now. I'm very disappointed.
I feel
feel
like you
left
can
behind,
keg
you know.
yourself out of trap, but you still
No,
get.
he did it.
But you
It did
still.
not work.
Okay. What I think happens is you move your hero, but you still get stuck in the trap. Like the trap has a leash range or whatever.
He did not move an inch.
Man, I'm almost
I am
confident.
so sad, dude.
I'm almost confident you can still move yourself, but you still take trap damage.
Songkran comes for you.
To do some plays on the Pebbles. But
So-
it doesn't seem like they're gonna stop the tower push.
So what do you think about Pebbles recovering? By the way, he's sitting on 434 GPM. This Pebbles was getting pretty
Quite fast, huh?
beaten in middle by the Defiler in the first 4 minutes. I think he's
Hmm.
recovered quite well.
I
400.
think the PK is coming from with that courier, actually.
Yeah, he had 2600 gold,
There's
so
the PK.
he bought a PK and has a little extra gold as well. But he's recovered pretty nicely, safe to say. Malikan also
Mhm.
390 gold per minute, sitting higher than the Hammerstorm at 312.
And Grinix is looking for another kill solo yet again. Imagine what this Grinix did, which is literally killing the engineer in front of his entire team. Imagine if he has a Lix, what he would be able to do. This is
Yeah.
the thing about a Grinix, and Monarch is dead.
Yeah,
He cannot
that's
survive
a
that.
pretty
Unless
easy
Bubbles is
kill.
there, but no, he's not gonna do anything there. But yeah, like imagine what Grinix would have done this game if he had a Lix. This is what I'm talking about, the Grinix. I played the Grinix a lot of times, and I just learned that sometimes you are just not simply not capable of doing anything, and you just have to stand back and just be that good little boy until you reach your potential, and then you initiate. But mid lane though, Zero is in a lot of trouble. Actually, he turns it into Pebbles.
Pebbles
Pebbles
gonna
are
go
dead
down.
enough
That
in the
damage
race.
from the Defiler ultimate, doing so much damage. They bring down the Cthulhu as well. Is he gonna be in some trouble here? He's gonna heal in 14 seconds, but I think that's not gonna be in time. Malikan getting turned on with the Lex Talionis. Holy cow! It's a quad kill coming out for Defiler as he takes out the Monarch as well.
Engineer in a lot of trouble, I think. Not enough.
Mine is gonna do some damage. Here comes a energy field into a keg stun. And
Falkland comes for you.
Grenexy will go down to the field damage.
Actually, Grenix had the engineer. He had the tier thingy that gives him mana. He could have used that and then power supply, ulted, hit him once, and then Q, and he was dead. Most likely, engineer was dead. So I think he did
no.
not realize that he had the tier.
Oh no. Some mistakes coming out from Grenex. Um,
Grenix is such a weird hero. Why? Because you feel so powerful, yet in the same time so powerless. Because if you get just caught by one person or one stun, you're done for. And it's
yeah.
such an awkward hero to play, to be honest,
Hammer is
sometimes.
going to
And I
be
think
gone
Hammer is a
on
lot of
here
trouble.
by the Stalagmites. He's going to toss him onto the Monarch. Here comes Gribbling Pollen. Thulifant will stagger the stun with the Trample, the Obliterate. He's not going to be facing the right way. Swap out from Andromeda. Hammerstorm will survive on low life. Grenex is now here. He will get the return kill onto the Monarch. Hammerstorm is still alive. Pebbles is hunting him, though. He's going to get Storm Spirited up by the Defiler, and Hammer will stay alive. Pebbles will go down. Great teamwork coming out there from Backdoor Protocols. They survive on the Hammerstorm, getting themselves 2 kills. Defiler, 530 gold per minute. So I guess the Lex on the Defiler proving to be very powerful.
Yeah.
I was doubting it a little bit, but I was mostly thinking that along the lines of you that with you that the Grinix should get the Lex Talionis instead of the Defiler.
Both of them should. I think both of them should. Defiler, no, I've never seen a Lix on Defiler. This guy clearly played a lot of Defiler. But Grinix always have a Lix on Grinix. Always, no matter what. Like
Always, okay.
It's literally a shield breaker with 1,000 gold. And with your new W, it's so nutty. You deal so much damage, it's not even funny. And it just gives the Grinix that push that he needs to one-shot anyone he needs in the entire game, unless they have armor boots. Armor boots is quite hard. I played Deadwood and like Grinix a lot, so I'm very experienced with physical damage. It's annoying, but strong. It can be easily countered, but it's still quite powerful in early game. But the only problem with it is that it's very easily countered. So like, you remember the Void combo we had at the beginning of the game? It still runs. Like if they buy Voids right now, they're gonna counter everyone. And by the way, initiation.
Yep, Pebbles is going to land the Stalagmites onto Emerald Warden. The burst is there, Kexton not even needed. And so I was going to comment on Malakin picking up the Whispering Helm as his first item. Do you like that, or do you think he should have went into a Thunderclaw and then possibly gotten the Whispering after?
I've seen Dutch, which is a 10 times better Malakin player than I am, and sometimes he does pick up the Whispering Helm before when he's in a bit of, troubly game. So yeah, I think it's a good choice.
Okay, Monarch is getting caught here out of position, trying to do some warning. The Unholy Expulsion doing tons of damage on top of the Grenix auto attacks, and it will force Pebbles and Engineer both to fall back.
What do you think the Grenix is going for right now? He's standing on 1,800 gold.
I don't know, honestly. It's a lot of gold to pull up on Grinix. I feel like on a Grinix, there's so many small build-up items that really make him good. Like, we already talked about the Lex, like, really well in depth, but I do feel like Brass Knuckles is, like, just made for a hero like Grinix. You're always going to be looking for kills. You get extra damage for your auto attacks. You get movement speed on the 5 charges. Energy Field, meanwhile, comes down. Stormsphere from Defiler going to try to save the Grinix, but here comes the toss into the Crippling Ball. Cthulhuphon is here. He misses the trample, but he will get himself in range for the Obliterate. Dream of Madness is applied. Kexton will land on the Defiler. This is a big kill if they can bring him down. Can they bring down the Defiler? Here comes a swap out from Andromeda. He will stun up the Monarch, but Andromeda will sacrifice himself. He will go down. Pebbles is trying to get in toss range. It looks like he's trying to toss the Cthulhuphon. Silence comes out from Defiler. Here comes the Siphon Soul. He's turning it around with a wave of death, but it will not be enough for a kill. Here come the Doggos from Emerald Warden. They land onto looks like the illusions.
This Defiler is an absolute Chad, dude. There's no way they're gonna kill him. He's a pure Chad, man. This is insane.
Yeah, the swap though, very clutch timing there.
Amazing swap.
As I think he was going to fall without that swap.
We should salute that Andromeda, honestly. Sacrifice was just...
We salute you! There we
We
go.
salute you, Andromeda. We,
Saluted.
the casters, with the power, salute you.
So Malakin goes for an Insanitarius here. So he does not go the Hyper Crown route, which is what we almost always see.
Phoenix is in a lot of trouble. Maybe here, maybe.
Do you
No,
do
he's
you
not
like
gonna go.
the Insanitarius following up the Whispering? for Malikan?
Actually, it's been a while since I've seen this build.
Yeah, I haven't seen this build in
I'm not
quite some
so
time.
sure.
We'll have to see
I
if
honestly forgot. I forgot how strong it is. So we have to see this game. Andromeda is in a very bad spot. Grinix did get caught out by the short throw. But no dust, of course. Why would you buy dust against a Grinix?
no dust
And
indeed.
that's a
Pebbles
dead
gets a kill onto
Andromeda.
Andromeda. He's gonna maybe survive here with the bottle sips. Cthulhufon's turning it around on a Hammerstorm who has the Twin Blades picked up. Will he look to turn it around? The Obliterate is now gone. Unholy Expulsion dealing some damage, but Defiler will avoid the trample stun. Malikan is here, and Malikan and Defiler are going to duke it out. Malikan will win that fight as he takes out Zero's onslaught streak. They bring him down for the second time. Hexstun will land onto Emerald Warden. There is no trample stun available, but not needed as Engineer gets credit for that kill. And it ends up being a 3-for-1 fight as they only lose their Monarch.
He's not gonna do anything yet, but the TP coming in from Andromeda.
Yep, here comes a Shadow Step
Nice
onto the
stun.
Pebbles. Pebbles will go down. And Kickstun will miss, unfortunately. Energy Field going to be used primarily for defense here as they will be looking to fall back. And that Red Ward, unfortunately, missing the Ward of Sight placed here by Engineer. Another one going to be placed, so they're not going to find it. They do expect that there's some vision here, but unlucky.
Grinix went on the Monarch, and he literally avoided the entire fight, went around the jungle, and just went for the Monarch, used everything on the Monarch. Meanwhile, Malikan was standing on 400 HP, which was a very, very easy kill for Grinix, especially when Malikan was near the shop. He could have stunned him to the shop, which is in the Hellbond, sorry, the Legion jungle. So, yeah, question marks there. I know Monarch is a good target, but Malikan would have been dead if he decided to change the target. And the Engineer is in a lot of trouble. He missed the stun, unfortunately, and then the Cocoon coming in from Monarch with the dust. But he does not have the kick, so... But the mine, no, not enough mana for the mine.
I think he's
and
fine,
Zero,
yeah, there's no
yeah,
catch.
lands the silence.
Malikan and Cthulhu are coming over. Cthulhu, by
Look
the way,
how
picks up a
fast
very
the
riddle.
Defiler is.
Yeah, he's got
He's
468
faster than the
movement speed.
Pebbles with the Monarch ulti.
Well, right now he has Veiled Rod on, so he gets 20% extra movement speed. But the Storm Spirit giving him a little bit, I believe it's 25, and then the Ghost Marcher, very solid as well. But yeah, Barrier Idol picked up on the Cthulhu font. I almost feel like the Barrier Idol is not needed this game because there's so much physical damage. It's kind
I
of
agree with you.
hit or miss here because I do feel like although the idol is great, it's not really suitable for this match specifically.
Don't you think that the upgrade of the helm of the helm of Black Legion, what is it? Ultra's heavy helm? is the
Ultor's
better
heavy
option
helm.
here?
Yeah, I do feel like a helm would make more sense than the idol. I think just the vestments would be okay, just to keep Cthulhu very tanky, just like in general. But I do feel like yeah, the heavy helm would make more sense than the idol this game. What do you think we're going to see on Emerald Warden? We haven't really seen any item progression on him. He is being played as a support this game, but was there any item you'd like to see Warden pick up?
Comes for you.
Fight on Soul Carpet?
Yep, Energy Field is down, Engineer will go down to Defiler and Grinix. DD on the Malikan, by the way, so there's some potential here, but he's getting turned on. Will he be able to man up? Yes, he will. The Stormstorm comes out from Defiler, and the right clicks from Malikan are so strong with that double damage, but Hammerstorm is now here with the hammer throw and the right clicks. He brings down Malikan, a swap onto the Pebbles. Will he be able to make the escape? He has a portal key coming up in 3 more seconds. Can they keep him locked down? He has the portal key. We'll get the safety, and Cthulhuphon with the trample. There is a buyback coming in from Malikan. That is just the illusion Andromeda, but they will catch out Hammerstorm here, so the buyback getting a kill on the Hammerstorm.
These are very two hardcore carries we're seeing right here. It's like who hits first wins, literally. Who hits first wins, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I love how Malikan was dealing so much damage and then Hammerstorm was like, hey yo man, I'm joining the fight. Just one hit absolutely demolishes the Malikan. And that's the Malikan with how much armor we're talking about here, 14 armor. Imagine if, like, they just focus on minus armor this game, or the Hellbound side focuses on voids this game. Like, all I'm seeing this game is just about armor and physical damage. This
Hmm.
is all I'm seeing this game, honestly. And I feel like who focuses more at that will win. But there's a lot that happened early game that I want to talk about after the game is done. Maybe we can talk about it because I feel like this game would have went sideways if the Legion were a little bit, a little bit more aggressive and greedy at the early stage and not at the late stage.
Okay. We have a spell shards pickup on the pebbles. Do you like that? There is a Gnome's Wisdom on the Defiler, as well
Kind
as
of.
Vestments on the Emerald Warden. So it's it's not like terrible, I would say, but there's not a whole lot of magic armor at the same time outside of the Gnome's pickup. It does allow him to have continuous combos with
Honestly,
the mana regen. Yep, he's gonna catch out the Grinix there. That's gonna be a one shot.
honestly, without the spell shards, he would have not done that.
That's true. He might have not been able to get the kill there. He does right click for 200 though, on top of the combo. He might have been able to one punch him. Malikan level 15, by the way, picks up the Shrunken Head, so he's at a really comfortable spot now. The Hammerstorm, safe to say, he still wants his Shrunken. I mean, not having a Shrunken fighting into Hellborn Zero, specifically like the energy field and the pebbles and the Cthulhu fonts, very scary for him. He can still get stunned down very easily, unable to get his auto attacks off. The
They
Defiler,
have
however,
complete control of the jungle, by the way, right now.
yeah, they are
This is a tower, definitely.
yeah, they are controlling Legion's jungle very heavily. The Defiler looks like he will be going for a Frostfield plate. He picks up a plate mail. He's valuing the armor piece early on. Very tanky with all of his items, pretty much. Grunix almost has the 5 charges on the knuckles, so he does right click pretty hard.
Malikan?
Yep, swap out. He's not going to get the Shrunken Head off immediately, but here comes the Cleansing Wind, which allows him to get his Shrunken off. Defiler, with that ultimate, it's safe to say they need to be in full retreat mode now. No Shrunken on the Malikan, just kite this Unholy Expulsion and wait for it to expire. As well as give time to the Hammerstorm to finish his Shrunken. He needs, I think he needs another 1200 gold.
I feel like Malikan should have expected that and shrunken that as soon as Andromeda swapped him. But actually, him not expecting that saved him because it was 5v3 and Hammer's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Hammer is going to get caught well
That's
out
a
of
dead Hammer.
position from his team. He is going to go down. And that's credit to this Ward of Sight here in their middle of the jungle.
And they do see Grinix actually, he just used the invis. They should
Yeah,
be
they have
going on
high
him
ground
right here.
vision as well. They have 2 Wards of Sight here in the jungle.
That Cthulhu should have bought Dust PK'd in and dusted the Grinix immediately because he saw him in the ward. He saw him going invis. So that was I think they just thought that everyone is there and they did not initiate. This is what I'm talking about. Both sides are playing very, very, very safe. It's hurting me because I feel like both sides. I feel like looking at this game, who initiates first wins. This is like
Yeah.
what I've seen at top lane, at the tri lane. Who initiates first wins. You're talking about Emerald Warden, Andromeda, and Hammerstorm. I'm pretty positive if they caught one of them, actually Monarch just caught Monarch because Monarch is going to use the cocoon anyways. So just kill the Monarch over and over and over again. They're not going to be able to do anything. But instead, they kept it safe. They kept playing safe, and they got initiated on over and over and over again, and they lost the tri lane. I think this is what happens.
Yeah,
I
I
might
think
be mistaken, but
I
this is
think
my
it
opinion.
just comes down to they don't have a portal key on Legion, so their ability to initiate is very bad. Whereas on Hellborn they have a Cthulhu and a Pebbles, where it's very easy for them to jump a target once they see him in 1k range. Whereas the Legion, they kind of need to just bait out traps and hope that they get somebody to land on a trap and then start a fight from there. There's, I mean, outside of the swap, I mean, what can they really initiate with? Defiler can't lock anybody down. Hammer doesn't have his Shrunken yet to charge in head first with a throw. It's it really comes down to Grinix like being able to run into them. But as long as they have Rev Wards, we're gonna see a jump coming out here onto the Emerald Warden. He gets swapped out, and Hammerstorm, he still doesn't have his Shrunken. Energy field is down. They're going to get the kill onto Andromeda to start things off. Malikan is going to go down. Storm Spirit onto the Hammerstorm. He is still fighting, but he gets tossed up. Will he be able to right click here? The Engineer has his spells down. He's going to aggro the Ancients, and Emerald Warden will get that kill. It ends up being a 2 for 2.
Buyback on the Malikan with the smoke coming mid.
A 2 for 3, yeah. So second buyback on the Malikan. And that's a good fight for Legion, actually. I mean, despite they lose their Hammerstorm here, but Second buyback on the Malikan. They need to get something out of this buyback, or it's just completely wasted. They're not turning their attention toward a Kongor or looking for any kills. We have Veiled Rod on the Pebbles here. Looks like he might have spotted out
Might
the
be a bit of
Emerald Ward, and he's gonna blink in. The bird will do some damage. Here comes a trap, but it's not gonna be popped right away. Pebbles, he is going to get caught most likely. Here comes a stun. I think Pebbles is realizing he fucked up. Insert music. But Pebbles goes down. So yeah, we have some throws. I would safe to say I would call them throws coming out from Team Orcs here.
To be
We'll see.
fair, they're both new teams, so just chill a bit, okay? We're gonna give them a chance, all right? 'Cause
What
I
do you
remember
mean chill?
Team
You've been
Tem-
flaming Grinex all game. I'm just
Flame as much as I like.
I'm just kidding. So anyway,
No, no,
Hammer.
dude.
I think Hammer has
Okay,
enough money
remember
for his
Team Tem?
shotgun.
Remember Team Tim when they started? They kept losing over and over and over and over again.
That's
I remember
true,
like
that is
looking at the
true.
stats, and it's just lose, lose, lose. But then out of nowhere, they kept winning and winning and winning, and now it's very hard to beat them. And this is what I'm expecting from both teams here, and I'm expecting a lot of competitive scene later on the cycles. But it seems like Engineer's in a lot of trouble, but he's not going to
Where
die.
is Hammer shrunken? I feel like he had 2,600 gold like a minute ago, and then he bought a Warhammer. He still doesn't have it shrunken. I can't wrap my finger around that. Swap out on the Grinex. We salute you, Andromeda! Another suicide mission. He swaps out the Grinex.
Man, forget what I said about Defiler. This Andromeda is a Chad.
The
of this
the
team, bro.
170 GPM
You know,
Andro
fuck
swapping out the 200 GPM Grinex. We salute you. But yeah, where the heck is Hammer shrunken? I feel like he should have had it by now, but he's only sitting on 375 GPM.
He's lying right now. He does have the armor, so he's missing the recipe and the.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have it after
Something,
these
I don't know,
two
whatever
creeps
that
fall. He should right click it right now. But
Yeah,
I don't know, I just felt like he had it earlier and he didn't. I don't know.
Maybe he tricked us.
Maybe he
was
tricked
like, I know
himself.
that the casters are watching. I'm gonna trick them. Easy. You know what I mean?
Full Frostfield plate on Defiler. That's a enormous pickup against the Malikan. I mean, this is a single core Hellborn carry lineup with the Malikan. The Frostfield plate slow is going to be, and attack speed reduction is going to be amazing for them. And he's already 2 out of 2 buybacks. If they can bring him down, there goes a huge chunk of Hellborn's damage output. Cthulhu Fawn, he also picks up Acolyte Staff, so I think he is also buying a Frostfield plate. That will be quite good for them as well. He's getting quite close. He's gonna have 1,400 gold, so he needs about another 500 or so to finish up.
I would like a sheep stick on him rather than Frostfield.
Really?
Frostfield is good.
I feel like Frostfield is so good
'Cause
against.
remember what I said about who initiates first? I still stand that.
Okay, I
I'm
do
still
I do
standing
like
that.
your line of thought. However, I do feel like Frostfield is very amazing for them because
It's a great
all their
item, I'm not
damage is
saying it's
physical and the slow.
bad. Exactly.
on
we
the Hammer
talked
Storm.
about that.
Yeah, so I do
We
feel
talked
like
about
it's
that.
very, very good at the same time.
I prefer the sheep stick personally.
Okay,
I could be wrong, but I
that's
prefer
fine. You can. It's not like Sheepstick is
You
a
can have
bad.
your opinions. It's fine. It's epic,
It's fine.
you know?
I agree that a shape is also very good. Monarch getting bouldered! Boom! Oh yeah, if you don't watch my cast, anytime somebody gets bouldered by Kong, I always flame them. Because you see the boulder coming for a good 2 seconds, and if you don't move, it's just funny.
I mean,
Boulder!
it's just a shadow.
Oh, he moved this time.
Okay, hold on. I'm not sure how to type boulder, but fuck it.
Huh?
I don't know how to type a boulder, but fuck it.
How to type a boulder? Like this.
Is that it? Look at chat, dude.
Boulder.
It's fine. Close enough.
You're close.
Close enough.
Can you ask what recommended guide Malikan is following? It's not Wig Guide. Wig Guide has hypercrown in it.
Emerald is in a lot of trouble. He might be dead here, actually.
You think so? I don't think Choo Choo
Pebbles
Fawn
should
can
be
kill him
looking.
fast enough. Oh, Pebbles is
Pebbles should
coming
be
over
looking,
though.
Yeah. It's
And
coming from behind as well. He's
He
in
might-
a lot of trouble.
he
should
might go for a quick burst on him. He's gonna walk into a trap though. Hello. I think the
They saw
Pebbles.
3 of them top. That was very questionable. And now Engineer's in a lot of
Songkran
trouble. The
comes
wolves
for
are coming.
you.
And Grenix goes
Cthulhuphon
for
is
the
going to get
Cthulhu.
caught on here by Grinix. Pebbles is looking for a target. Here comes the Frostfield play from Cthulhuphon, uh,
Hey,
as
it
well
feels
as
like a victory
Defiler.
line.
Another trap landing onto Pebbles. Defiler, he's charging in head first. He's feeling very comfortable. Here comes the energy field. Storm Spirit onto Malikan from Defiler. And Defiler, he's going to maybe drop here.
He's dead
He
by the hammer.
will end up going down as well as the Andromeda. Malikan and Hammer are man fighting each other. Who's going to win this battle? Sword throw away to safety. Hammerstorm, he's going to take out the Engineer. Malikan is going to run right into Grinix.
And
That is going
finally,
to be a
Grenix
dead
decides to focus on
Malikan.
Malikan.
And here comes a toss now onto
And no
the Grinix,
dust
but
so
no
far.
reveal. There's still no
Oh
reveal.
man, why no dust? Why no dust, man? Why no dust? I don't
Why no dust?
understand.
Why no dust?
Dude,
You sound like
this is
Uncle
this is
Roger,
the
man. I love
dust
it. Why
shortcut,
no
dude.
dust?
This is the dust shortcut, man. Why nobody uses it, dude? I'm so triggered. Cause when I play Grenix, everybody buy dust. They should buy dust, dude. Fuck. And Zero is pissed off. Okay, I'm not gonna speak because it seems like Zero is very, very upset right now.
Apparently everyone's getting angry in the chat. Maybe we should just
Yeah.
not chat.
Yeah.
Pebbles picks up a staff, by the way.
Making me feel like I said a guy who bought an item or something, but it's fine, dude. Whatever. It happens, you know. So, what do you think? Grenix is going with a shrunken. What do you think about that?
I like it. I think Trunken is very good against Hellborn. Malikan picks up
Honestly,
a full demonic breastplate, by the way. So this is a very, very old school style of Malikan
that's
build.
good actually. Yeah, it is. It is. I remember. Did they buy geometers after that?
I think it would be good. They have the like he can disjoint hammer throw. He can remove silence from Defiler, remove trap, immobilize. Like it's really good when his shrunken is down to have the Geometer's Bane to dispel stuff. I would like the Geometer's Bane as his next item, but
Honestly,
Storm Spirit
I would
onto
like.
Engineer. Silence comes out here. The Lex is down. Hammer throw. This Engineer is dead. As John would say, he
Yeah,
got caught
Silence
with
is
his
gonna be
pants
fine.
down. And I have to use some John. I have to use some John quotes here because John's watching in the chat.
Yeah,
I know
that's
John. I
like
know John will
John's
like that.
line, you know? That's his line, dude.
Yeah,
That's
but
his
I
line.
gave him credit. It's
Definitely.
his line.
I mean, you did. One thing I want to say, by the way, I would have loved the PK on this Nexus game.
Yeah,
You
I
know
do think a
why?
PK would have been very
You
good
know why? You know
because they
why?
lack
None of them is
initiation.
buying dust.
Oh, because none of those. But they bought an eye. They don't need dust. They have an eye now.
Finally, at 36 minutes. Good job, boys. Well done. Took you 36 minutes.
Okay, listen. They killed him
No,
8
okay.
times
I'm not
without
joking.
buying dust.
But look,
So
what I mean,
they don't need
is
dust.
that if you look at the Legion side right now, Pebbles has a PK, Engineer has a PK, and Cthulhu has a PK. So
Yes.
if Grinix got them all together and he PK'd between them and ultied and W'd, actually he doesn't even need to W because the shadow gives him invisibility if he walks on it. So if he PKs and ulties, he disables all of their initiation. And I still stand my point, who initiates first in this game wins. So if he PK'd in, none of them would have dust because so far none of them had it till now. They have an eye, but they did not have it the entire time. We had the goal to buy that PK. I think he would have disabled them pretty hardcore, and that would have turned the game. I might be mistaken, but I think that would have been a 200 IQ move by Grix.
We also have a mount I picked
What do
up
you
on
think?
Emerald Warden.
And he has a shrunken right now, and Doubles is making his way to him.
Nope, he wants the creeps.
Yeah.
He might have saw him at the last second there.
Yeah, but he uses his ultimate.
Malikan uses possession, by the way. He's hitting the bot lane. He forces out the fortification. And I think they can't fight now without, like, they want the possession to have the fear. The fear is just so strong against the Hammer Storm. Gives him like a 2-second window to hit the hammer for free. Looks like Warden will be going Staff of the Master, which I think that's very good. Give a bird over to either the hammer or the Defiler. Probably the hammer. The bird is quite strong. I believe it also gives attack speed at some point outside the heal. I don't know, there's too much text there, I don't want to read. Too
Spiked
late.
wall on the
I'm too
Cthulhu.
lazy.
Did you notice that?
Oh, that's a big pickup. I did
That's
not
a
notice
big
that.
pickup actually against Hammer. I've seen a lot of Hammer Storm players. They always tell me that Spiked Bola counters Hammer pretty hardcore. So we'll see.
Yeah, the Spike Bulla is an amazing pickup this game against the Hammer. Very, very solid. I wonder if Pebbles will upgrade anyone. And I think it
He
would
should
be Cthulhu
upgrade the
Font.
Malikan, I think.
I think it should
But
upgrade
Cthulhu
Cthulhu
Font.
Font. Because it's really
I honestly
tanky.
would like. Actually, never mind. You're right. Because I wanted him to upgrade the Malkin, and Malkin buys a PK. But then I look at their lineup again, and I'm like, they have 3 PKs already.
Yeah,
I don't think that they need the
exactly.
initiation
I think
anymore.
they
So
just
yeah,
need
you're
Malikan
right.
to be heavy hitting this game.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
What do you think
I
about
think.
a Rift Shards pickup, maybe? I think he's gonna go similar rage.
Chris.
Songkran comes
Yep.
for you.
No kills happening just yet. Grenek still has his Shrunken available. He's gonna get stunned up here by the Cthulhu Font. Swap comes out from Andromeda. I'm not sure that swap was needed. He had the Shrunken on. Here comes a toss from Pebbles. Take out Andro. I think that swap was a little preemptive, actually.
He's just used to the Shad moves right now, dude. He's just used to being a Shad, so he has to be a Chad. He has to continue being a Chad, you know? Dude, he's losing gold more and more, but he's saving his teammates, man. He's saving his teammates. He doesn't care anymore.
I don't think it was necessary, though. Malikan, 4k gold, pushing high ground with no buyback. Please buy an item. I think he needs 2 or 300 for Symbol, though.
Symbol, yeah.
I think he's gonna buy Symbol over like a damage item just to be on the safe side, which makes sense since he wasted his buybacks.
We just spoke about how they are both, you know, sorry, how Malikan has the initiation on his team side, and he just needs to be that one carry that stands in front of everyone. And a Symbol, there we go, there's a
There we
Symbol.
go.
Symbol would make that so perfect for him right now. And there's a haste at the top rune that they missed, by the way.
And Hammer bought Demonic. He has no buyback right now. So they kind of negate each other's Demonic auras a bit. I don't know if I like this Hammer like item build though. I feel like he lacks damage. Also lacks mobility without having a portal key. Frostfield Plate's going to be applied here. Hammer is going to start beating on Cthulhu Font. Cthulhu Font will trample over the cliff. Shrunken was used by Defiler. It has worn out now. Storm Spirit comes out onto Malikan. He still has all his items in his inventory ready to go. He pops the Shrunken. He has the Fear. He's going to man up here. He's not going to use the Symbol just yet. He is now going to pop the Symbol. He's not going to heal the most. But they will get several kills. They get the kill on the Hammer, Emerald Warden, and the Andromeda once again.
This fighter is gonna maybe kill Monarch here at mid lane. Yeah, that's the death.
Grenex will try to Shadow Step some damage, but it will only lead to his death. And that's gonna probably be a Rax. They only have buyback on the Defiler, but he's alive.
That's 2 racks, actually. Defiler cannot like man up against the Pebbles, Engineer, and Malikan. So
Yeah.
that's most likely 2 racks.
The
here.
trap!
Unless the traps are MVP.
He's gonna Symbol on the
That's a
creeps
Symbol.
there. That's perfectly fine. I think he could have Symboled to full health actually. I think he Symboled and attacked the tower.
Okay, that's pretty hardcore. Emerald is alive, 10 seconds on. Actually, they might be able to, but yeah, Defiler is here now. He's gonna
Okay,
fight back.
go away. Oh my god, Malikan, look at how low.
Yeah, but 10 seconds on the Symbol, they actually might... If I was them, I would have warded. Is there a ward? If they have a ward, they should ward the jungle and then stay, because I don't think that the Legion's gonna be expecting this.
It's a little greedy though. They really don't want to take any risky fights with Malikan having no
more fun
buyback.
for us to watch, Chris. It's more
Yes,
fun
of
for us to
course, but I'm saying they
Think
won't.
about it,
I am
Chris,
saying they
think
won't
about
do
it.
it.
Okay, I'm calling you to hide. I'm sorry, this. I love how people get mad about it.
Warden almost has his Staff of the Master. I don't honestly think the bird's gonna change anything though. I think they're too far in a hole to make a comeback here.
I cannot wait for both teams to play and get better and like be on the level of the other teams. Because all I'm noticing great players here, honestly, but I feel like it's just a little bit of miscommunication between each and every single team. Because when you put such great players together, it is very hard to make them, connected in a way. It's to actually understand each other of what they want to do. So it's just a
Mhm.
matter of time till we see these teams like perform amazingly. You know what I mean? I
We
don't know if
see
you
each
agree,
team
but
trading
yeah.
Convoy. No, I agree with you. I saw Rift Shards pick up on the Malikan, so I like that quite a lot.
Malikan gets the staff from the Pebbles, by the way, not Cthulhu.
Ah, yes. Man, I feel like they could have just put barbed armor on the Cthulhu. He buys a Mad Mage, which I don't like that. I don't think they need the minus magic armor aura. I think this could have been a barbed armor and staff the Cthulhu, and it would have been way better. They're going to jump
Damage
the
from
Hammerstorm. He
Ramadas Plus.
takes half life from the Pebbles combo. Link in from Cthulhuphon. He goes in balls to the wall. He did activate his Dream of Madness. They are starting to attack him, but
They're
they don't have
doing
the
the
staff on him, so they're not
dash
forced to
movement.
attack. Here comes the energy field down. Malakin is putting in the right clicks. Actually, he's not there. I lied. Cthulhuphon is still pretty tanky. He's going to trample backward. They get the Mega Creeps, and that should do it. They got the kill on the Hammerstorm. He does not have a buyback. Engineer will get Storm Spirited. He will survive, and that will
And
do
that's
it.
a GG, bro. That's that's a crazy game. Not gonna lie, it's a very crazy game. What do you think about the early stage? Let's talk about the early stage. What do you think happened in the game in the early stage?
I think Cthulhu Font wrecked Grinnick's bottom. And I don't think that's necessarily supposed to happen. I think Defiler did really well mid in the first 4 minutes, and then Pebbles did amazing following that up. Like he lost mid, but then he recovered his lane really, really well. And he got a
Mm,
really early portal key despite having a bad start. I think he
yeah.
had a 12 or 13-minute portal key, which is
Mm,
like that's like the timing you would have normally in a one versus one with the lane going even, and I think the lane went poorly for him.
yeah. Honestly, I think all of this came down to the top lane. And we when we like looked at the lineup, when we saw Emerald Warden and we saw what is her name? Andromeda and Hammerstorm against the Monarch, Malikan, and Engineer. We expected for the Legion side to have the more damage outcome rather than the Hellborn, but that's not what happened. I think what happened there is like what I stood for before, that like the Legion side was playing too safe. They were not playing aggressive. Because I think if they again initiated just on the Monarch, the one with the cocoon, at level 3 maybe, but at level 1 or 2, they could like initiate literally on everybody. And they just, went on them over and over and over again. I think the top lane or the Legion side would have absolutely dominated that tri lane. What do you think?